from countries of the world. We're here to discuss climate change. So I think we all agree that it is, well, apart from maybe the USA, that it's due to anthropogenic greenhouse gas emissions. And the UN is going to propose a solution to the developed, the mid-developed and the developing countries. Okay, we're using a Coca-Cola bottle to explain it to you. So what we're going to say is we're going to cap your emissions. So each country can emit up until the cap. If a country only emits to a certain level, then the gap between the level of their emissions and the cap, they can sell to other countries. So if another country is emitting beyond the cap, this country can sell these emissions and then we still maintain the cap. So this we'll use to stabilise our emissions and eventually reduce our emissions. So obviously it's going to be difficult to assess who gets what in terms of what your capped emissions are going to be, but the UN is proposing that the developed countries, you've emitted a lot in the past and your emissions, they should be capped quite low. I want you to discuss it among yourselves.
Yeah, I agree with you, but on the other hand, I think it's not really fair because we did emit a lot in the past, but we are not aware of greenhouse gas emissions. I mean, this is a term which is recently came into the picture, and when we were in our industrialized revolution, we didn't know anything about greenhouse gas emissions or climate change. So I don't know whether it's really fair to put this on a really low emission cap.
Yeah, but why would I have to compensate for your emissions? This happened in the past, but you also did it. I also want an industrial revolution, but I do it now. But having too little emissions will really not help me in that.
I'm really doubting the environmental integrity here. I mean, these are just negotiations on the political games, the economic games. Your companies can still keep emitting, and I will have to pay for what? What the heck are greenhouse gases?
Okay, let me explain it to you. It's not that we are like keeping emitting. We keep emitting, but we will also lower our emissions by innovative development projects. And these projects will be implemented in the south. Large projects for biofuel production or other ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And at the same time, it will help you to receive more income. So I think it's a good idea. We help developing countries and we help ourselves at the same time.
Well, that sounds better. So you will give us money to develop. That's okay. So, okay. What will develop actually? Because how are you going to? Is it for the smallholders or the bigger companies?
Yeah, well, because
we
know
I have this uncle, and my uncle he actually wasn't in such kind of project. He had this beautiful piece of land. He was cultivating rice, and then you came with this big project, and the government, of course, we were very happy with this, and then the land was used for other things, and then he couldn't practice his cultivating rice anymore, and he had to be a park ranger, and he didn't like all of this, and
well, but now it seems like innovative. I mean, a park ranger, less working hours, probably good income, nature conservation, good for sustainability, and at the same time, it's good for our development because we reduce our emissions and we're helping you at the same time to get more awareness of their environmental degradation.
The emission is not reducing. We are keeping it on the same level, but we're not really helping the environment. You're not reducing anything. You're not even innovating.
It's a controversy.